Warning. You are about to watch a program that is setting the standard for YouTube content. We don't charge for access, we don't sell account reviews, and we don't pass the bill to you. YouTube is free, Discord is free, and that's exactly how it should be. Time to level up.
You're watching pressure, not panic, not chaos, just pressure. Because strength doesn't need to shout to be real. Becoming confident, convinced this space should crack. That numbers and noise will be enough, and the first attacks hit the wall the way they always do. But every unit they send, every strike they commit, it isn't breaking anything. It's feeding it. You can see the moment it sets in, when confidence turns into hesitation. So they push harder, more attacks, more resources, more effort stacked on top of bad math. Fires don't start here. They start on the way out. Because this wall wasn't built for highlights. It was built for endurance. Wave after wave, the result stays the same. Because defense here isn't passive, it's patient. This is what happens when pressure meets structure, when noise meets restraint, when ego meets a wall that doesn't care. Welcome to WWC Live.
Into the WWC. Let's see who we got having some breakfast this morning. We got Dinesh. Oh, beat everybody in. Well, welcome in. Ant, shout out, leader of the North, 670. Always good to see you, Ant. Hulk Crash going on. Shout out to 1604. Hulk Crash. MZ, another hey, listen, I try. We're going to try to get some more mornings in. We'll try to get some mornings, try to get some afternoons. My schedule is a hot mess. So eventually we'll figure it all out, MZ, and get some more European times in there. Okay, let's see. Chicken Charlie, good morning. Always good to see you. Always good. Farmer Envoy. I'm liking this Farmer Envoy stuff. What up? Shout out to 1180. Listening in background as we got SVS with 1125. Oh, okay. All right. I like it. I'd actually cut to your war. Because I love doing that stuff. But we have so much to get to today. We have like count reviews. You can do battle report. Man, I'll tell you, for a morning show, I put way too much stuff in it. We got meteorite. We still need to do. I've been sitting here, got drill grounds. I'm gonna, at this point, probably go through our drill grounds and then refresh it for the season because I don't know how to say no. And gonna need kills. Got marching orders, so I will do what the team needs. That's what I do. I'm a team player first and always. Kali, 1900, shout out to 1903. Man, these high numbers, I love it. I absolutely love it. And also why, by the way, I see all these high numbers and in the lives and whatever, it's not lost on me. Believe me, I am not here necessarily. You hear things like 110,000 subs on YouTube. It's wild. But I will tell you this, Callie. As far as I'm concerned, everybody follows. I'm not only going to talk about season 6 content for the next 3 months. I won't only provide YouTube videos and things for season 6 content. So it will be actually a plethora of things that will continue to spotlight and talk about across the game to hopefully provide help and assistance for all of the game and not just selfishly looking at our season 6. I will spotlight season 6 a high amount just because I know last time people loved all the content that I was writing for season 5. I do think, there is a lot of content out there at this point for season 6. It's kind of content overload, to be honest with you. Like, I think it's there to death. It's way too much. But whatever, we will sum it up and try to provide as much helpful information as we can across season 6, while also focusing on our WWC members from all over 2000s, 1900s. So this is what also I'll say. Go out to the WWC, over the next probably couple days. I'm going to have a channel added for content, like content you want to see from the WWC. So by all means, if you have anything that you're looking for or you have questions on or you want to see me cover, just go out there and put your ideas, because I'm nothing without the community. So as far as I'm concerned, I just look at the WWC community as far as what we're going to do, and everybody else kind of, thanks for subbing and thanks for being here, but community first. Okay. So, all right, let me, very powerful. Listen, Kylie, I just think I'm getting ahead of the game. Chief, shout out to 2046. Good morning. Jesus, 2046. Man. Okay, so let me actually get to that real quick. I'll just cover where you can go for today. We're going to be going over account reviews. If you did not get any account reviews in, you can on our WWC Discord, discord.gg/joinwwc. Account reviews are here. I tried to get all my messages done and they're starting again. Well, that's a whole nother subject. So let's let me pop this on the screen for you so you can see as well. You can cover this. Oh, okay, you could see now. So here is the WWC hangout, our main hangout that we have here. Right below, you'll see there's a section called YouTube content, and it has account review requests. You can just go ahead and put in the account review there. There's instructions for you, and I will get to it. I'm going to make a specific day of the week, maybe Saturday. I don't even know yet. Monday. I don't know. We'll make a specific time where we'll do these, but either way, I'm going to be better. I'll reach out. I'll either put it on that chat or I'll reach out to you with the timing for the WWC chat. So know that. All right. So we will get to that a little bit after Meteorite. We still have to get to Meteorite. Battle reviews as well. My messages have been out of control. So again, I apologize. I tried the last couple days, and I got to tell you, I'll try to flood and get to all my messages, and then I'll log off, and I'll be off for a few hours, and then I'll come back, and the messages are over 100 again. They just come in by the hundreds. But I don't care if I get 1,000. I don't care where they come from. What I will tell you that's incredibly important to me, again, is the community and the people of the game. And it's incredibly humbling to get any kind of messages from people. And for me to ignore those or not respond to those makes me an asshole. So I do not want to be an asshole. But also know realistically, it may take me some time to respond to the messages because I tried to keep up. I can't keep up. So what I will tell you is Just have patience with me. I promise I will get to the messages. I promise. But yeah, it's just not realistic to pump, like, try to clear the Discord messages and the game messages every single time. So I promise you I will get to them. It's just gonna take me some time. Okay. All right, and I will get to some battle reports. Really, if this game could do anything, if I can just selfishly ask this game to do something, I usually just spotlight everything I just want for the people. I very rarely do I ask for things selfishly from this game to do. Deco level 7 was the purple Deco level 7 was one of those selfish things that I did. I will say, can you make the battle reports not expire after 7 days? Can I have like 2 weeks instead? Can you extend them? If you extend them one more week, that's all I really need. Just 7 days. 7 days. That's all I ask for you. And I would be incredibly grateful to just be able to have those battle reports last, not only for myself to like show others, but like, you know, people submitting stuff over, showcasing their fights. Like, you know, it's such good stuff I'd love to get to. And it's so difficult. Like, there's so many that come in. It sounds like a long time. It is not. 1 week in this game is a blink. You guys all know this. It's part of your lives. You check in, you do all your stuff in reset, and holy shit, it's the weekend. Like, you guys know, you know, it's like work week goes by so fast. And you know, you got your family time and everything else. So you're just doing your normal game stuff. Unless it's a season or something that grinds something to a halt where you're like, okay, you know, you're really involved every single day and it's grinding out. Everything else is just kind of, I don't know, dare I say, it's just kind of become part of our lives. It's part of our routine, right? Let's be honest. It's what we like about the game. It's why we play for so long. It's just kind of a routine. Like, you open it up and, you know, you get your reset, you do all your things that you normally do at reset. You know, you might probably have your alarm set on your mobile tasks, probably your alarm set in your arms races, right? Like different things that people have, or you just remember, or you get to it, you know you're going to get to it in your work day. Whenever you catch a break, that's when you get to those things. Like, I don't know what you are. You're out there having a smoke break, or you're going out for lunch or whatever. You know that those times you're checking the game real quick. Let me check my messages. Let me get my mobile squads. Let me get my, let me check in with the team, blah, 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 right? That's part of our lives. It's crazy to say that, right? But it's true. It's just become things that we do. So I think that it would be great if you extend those battle reports, because the time goes by so fast in this game. I can't believe I'm like 860 something days in, like, closer to 900 than not. Like, you know what I mean? Closer to 3 years than not. Like, it's getting to be crazy. But man, I do only do because I do love the game. So all right, who else? Let me check in real quick. I want to go over some battles with you. Great. Morning to you, Chief. Yeah, good morning to you. Kool-Aid. Shout out to 1620. Mike the Sage in the house. What up, Mike? Good to see Mike here. God, I was just chatting with Mike. You know, my day at this point, my day ends. My day ends with talking to Mike. My day starts with talking to Mike. Like, the guy's absolutely phenomenal. Guy's great. Good stuff. Shout out, by the way, to my bro Panther. Thank you very much for the crown. For all of the subs that we've gotten. Appreciate you. For all of you that have followed, Black Panther has been with me from server 72. We became insanely close throughout, and then had to dip out for a little bit for like a season or something. And like all brothers do, you got to put your hand out and bring him right back in. Suck him right back in. And that's the other thing I'll tell you. For as you know, these people, if you're not having fun with this game, don't play it. Okay? Don't let the people keep you here if you're not having fun. And I'll tell you what, you can still follow people and keep in touch with people on Discord. So, and I will tell you, Black Panther is a perfect example of that. Black Panther had to step away for the game, and not for 1 minute did I stop communicating with him throughout his life and talking and getting things and whatever. So you can still communicate with each other outside. I mean, these are people that make a big difference in your day to day. Like, you talk to people, you actually have built incredible relationships with them. And let's be honest, a lot of people are only sticking around because of those relationships and those people. But you can find other ways and plan ahead in how you're going to communicate with those people. Discord's a phenomenal way that everybody uses. There's plenty of other apps and tools to communicate that you guys can use to stay in the game. I only say that because I know I see messages throughout YouTube constantly. People are, tons of messages and saying, don't play this game. Stop playing this game. This game sucks. It's blah, blah, blah. No, cool. Matter of fact, if you go on the Last War Discord, it is one of the most unhappiest places I've ever seen. I try not to click on it. The official Last War Discord has the most disgruntled people I've seen in any kind of video game environment. It's wild. If you want to get depressed for a day, or you want to just yell about something, maybe like, I don't know, you're bringing in your groceries and your milk fell, immediately go to the Last Word Discord. That's where you should go. You should go there and just like, oh my God. Because every time I click on that thing, it seems like people are just pissed about something. And I get it. Like, there's things to complain about, but Jesus Christ, do you have to kick the dog? Like, it's crazy. Like, if you're that unhappy, don't play the game. Move on, man. There's, communicate with the people another way, but don't use it as a crutch for a way for you to just get negative energy out. Because it's, Jesus. I'll tell you, the WWC, the Discord that we have is not like that. If our Discord turned into that, I'd be like, we got to shut this son of a bitch down. This thing is horrible. Everybody's just miserable. So I can tell you, I don't often go over to that to see. People are just not happy. So that's why I say, if you're not happy in the game for any reason, just step away. Just step away. There's so many different things. There's so many different forms of entertainment for you to have in your life. Don't take, if you're not enjoying it, don't take time away from your family and play it. And, things will go on. Much like the people who decide to quit their job because it's not for them anymore, the company doesn't close. So the game will go on, but then you always have the classic fear of missing out, right? It's FOMO. It's real. It's real. Some people are like, well, I don't want to miss it. But at the same time, if that's why you're here and you don't want to miss it, then find a way to enjoy it. Find a way to enjoy the game. If you're nervous that all of a sudden, things are going to turn around and whatever, it is what it is. Okay. We got about 8 minutes left. One thing I want to touch on, and I'll probably go into afterwards, after Meteorite as well, is something that we've noticed quite a bit. We've been covering for some time, and I've been spotlighting the people that I've really been surviving in the game. So we started this coverage back in, I think it was early March. I think it was somewhere like that. I forget who we originally started it with. It might have been Mingham. I think I survived him, and he was way in front of me for THP. And then we moved on to who was, I don't know, was it this one I survived? Yeah, then I survived to 92.9 million, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then we tried Dark Witcher, and Dark Witcher we survived, and he was way in front of me. 120. By the way, 123 is unbelievable. Like, they're really good stuff. We faced them a couple times. They are a tough server to mess with. So Dark Witcher was 352, and we were able to survive 352. So we showcased that. So we're like, okay, we got to keep pushing the envelope, right? And then we survived one with slap, but Slappy slapped us around some quite a bit. Then there was Ma. We survived Ma. Ma got us up to what was Ma? Ma, we pushed the envelope to 377, right? And then recently, I had a fight with who did I have a fight with? I don't know why this happens. I think it was Smoothie. Uh, that was back in January. I think it was Smooth. It was like in Desert Storm, and I had survived Smoothie by pretty good margin. Like I think I had 6,000, or it was like 6,000 to 3,000 or something like that. But he's 423 million, so he really upped the game to, yeah, like right here. Look at this, 6159 to 3206. His missile on my missile. He's 111.1, right? So 8 to 86. So we're looking at 25 million. So we've been spotlighting this, right? And how this has been happening for the last couple months. Well, we upped it one today because we had I had Doberman who was fighting, and look at Doberman. Look at Doberman right here. He fought Pitar. And okay, granted, 84.91, right? 3206. No doubt. You'll understand why in a second. But I just want to point out to you, it says victory. He did survive. That means he could not get through his wall, right? Look at the power difference, guys. 135 million. So there's like a 36 million, almost a 37 million difference between them. 37 think about that. Freaking mind-blowing, right? When you think about it. So yeah, you got a lot of points taken, but just think about how strong that is to survive. Right? So very interesting that he was able to survive, because that's what this does. So I just want to get into that and discuss that a little bit, because I don't know if people are really, when we talk about war stuff and get into that, I think it's incredibly interesting mindset of the direction the game's going. So let's jump in. We're gonna do some meteorite, as you know. We're really just after kills. Like, that's the orders. So we're just kill hunting. That's all we're gonna be doing. Don't care about the meteorites. I say that, but yesterday we changed. I might change again today, because if we if we keep it close, if I look and we keep it close. Look at a little Seggy. Killer. Straight killer, this guy. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. Marching around with small power, but look at those kills. Look at those kills. Another guy straight from the 72 that is always with us. Damson making somebody else's life miserable. Just a hunter killer. Peanut's back again. Peanut's doing this a second time. There's another UXW hunting. SoCo. Oof. Look at this. Just killing it. Anybody else fighting? I don't think so. It's an awful long way to send 2 marches. All right, we're gonna. Oh, took my spot. You get any kills on that? Nope. Oh, Vulture. Am him. Oh, now I am. Kills are us. Don't come after me. Come after me, then you're gonna end this. That. You just move. You gotta move. Well, I guess you got the. I mean, this guy screams like he might have troops because he's got the troops. So maybe he's Ba-dum, ba-dum. gonna say, what the hell's going on? I don't have as many people on. Oh, that disappeared. Want to eat. I want to spend anything to move. Oh, this seems like a good. Hey, God damn. Coming after me. Taking it. Oh, got two more. I'll take those two, I guess. You're not gonna move. One, two. kills and this. Out of the events, what's your favorite? Yeah, I don't know. My favorite event is by far Warzone Duel. It's my favorite event. I absolutely love Warzone Duel. I love server versus server, like mano a mano. You just come up with a game plan. You're equal, in power. You get a front spot, and you're, you know, playing like this is not on my list of favorites. About just collecting meteorites, and they do it on kill day, so it's also the object is to just get kills, and you know, not necessarily the best event, but it's on days when you don't have fighting. That's the thing. Like meteorite might even be better on a date where you don't have we don't have fighting. We don't have an event, right? Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Be good. Minutes. 13 more minutes. Hey. Oh, is there a meteorite there? Oop, I should probably heal. A little carried away. I think up about 2 minutes. Sorry, man. I was just spacing out. You need bun. Yeah. Who said that? That's a bunch of it. That's why I need bun. I'm talking through the thing. So, meteorite. I mean, meteorite is not really. There's not a ton of strategy in meteorite. Meteorite is like you're just trying to get as many meteors as possible because they make the rewards so good in here. So if we are actually going for it, see what I mean? Like we're actually in it for round 2. We won round 1, and now we're in it for round 2. And if you look at the rewards, they're insane. The first alliance gets 20k honor points, right? So if you look at round 2, the individual rewards aren't even that great, by the way. The individual rewards are like, okay, it's like, well, they have one for the first person, you get 1k valor. So that's fantastic for the first person. But the first person is typically a whale who just sits in one spot and can just collect every single large blue that you can have. You know, that it's like 400 million, 500 million. And although you can maybe survive their wall, you're not going to be able to be strong enough to take them. I just showed you in a battle where it was a Bria who couldn't clear the wall of 133 million versus 98 million. So you're not going to be able to get those, crystals from them. It's impossible. So that's not, but 20,000 for the entire team is huge. For the entire alliance. So if you're in it and you're close, we won the first one. I didn't know if we were even going to be like competing for this one, and it was more like, all right, we'll just get some kills before we pack up shop. But it was very clear that we are close. Um, seems like my team. That was my bad. Oh, that's 188. Maybe not. That was a waste. Um, 391, 267 attacking at 391. It's not going to go well. Yeah, exactly. That's a good move. Take off. Let's see. So this event is a perfect opportunity to go through these reports I was just talking to you about why the event does not work for free to play low spenders. So we'll cover that in about 8 minutes after Meteorite is done. Not a whole lot going on around here. Can I? Oh, it took off. Oh, my bad. Got what up, Dozer? Here and not use any teleports. Go again. Right. Minute left. How are we? Oh man, we are just barely ahead. We are barely ahead. Try to get Fred. You're trying to get Fred. I don't like it. I didn't get those 2 back in time. All right, how did we do? How did we do? Oh, we got it. Oh, that was first round. Yeah, we got a second round. We got first UXW, we got first place, first round, first place, second round. 40,000 honor points. And how did Nas do? Our team. Oh yeah, they got first round. Oh, they didn't get it second round. They didn't have enough people playing, I guess. Our second alliance here got third place in the first alliance ranking though. All right, let's do this. And then let's see. We're gonna get some more troops. Let's go see if we can fight. It's supposed to be spending resources, but get our troop counts up. Okay. I hate opening boxes before. You guys may see me do this all the time. I hate opening boxes before I'm gonna fight because then I open too many boxes and then you end up with a crap ton of food or resources, and then I'm like, I over opened something, and then you go and fight, and then if you lose a fight, then you lose a shit ton of resources. And man, I hate like losing resources. So for me, oh shit, I always keep it safe when I'm doing this stuff, and I just do the extra to minimize the loss of how many resources it's going to take. So I use minimum. Now, if you are somebody like Wisconsin, who has his all his protection high, he didn't have to worry about that because his protection is so damn high, it's ridiculous. He opens something getting to be much to do. Don't have any of these resources. 509. Done. I already did these. Good. All right, we're good. I'm sitting. See how I have no resource except for my gold left? And is my gold protected? Yeah, so my gold right now is 100% protected right now. All resources protected. All right. Let's go hunt. This. Draw 188, folk. Hanging around. Well, I don't know if we're any other team hunting in 188. I don't know if I'm supposed to hunt 188. Break the rules. Oh, okay. Dobrin's here. Then I know it's okay. All right. Let's hunt. Oh, God. Off. First already over here. Oh, there's Peanut. Already kill. Oh, yeah. I think this is good with the second one. Probably get kills. Come on, team. You only got like 1,200. Oh, stamina. Almost out of stamina? What? No. See, that's so funny because you guys watched me. I made that stamina video talking about how I stock up on stamina during the week. So anybody who's watched me fight this week, you watched me fight all day yesterday. I fought basically I fought Meteorite, I fought Kill Event, and then I came out today and I fought Meteorite again. And I never used any of my 10s or 50s for stamina because I just stocked up. I just stocked up for the week. So that's what I was talking about. Like I can literally just use some stamina. I really need to get resources because this is taking. I'm not used to being out this bad for reasons. Oh, this person's not shielding. Okay. No truth. Oh, shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. But he just came back to refill. I got excited because I saw 8,000. I see the 8,000 number, I just get excited. I'm like, oh, 8,000. And then I think I'm Mewtwo, and I try to hit a second time. That was worth it. No, it was pretty long to go back. But see, they take off. You either take what you get while you have your chance, or people move. So you just got to go. I've exhausted this spot. Ooh, somebody went in there strong. Oh, who's this? Cool? Strong or something? Watched it. Come on, cool. Play the game. Oh, who's this? Oh, he's strong. Talk to him. Can't find her. The damage. Oh, yeah. I'll take you all day. Keep bringing it. Keep burning. Oh, there he is. Reinforcements. All good. Oh, what happened? You didn't hit me. You stop. Oh, there you go. Come on. Keep doing it. My team. There we go. Thank you. And all those hits. I'll show you afterwards, guys. All those hits. I probably didn't, hardly lost anybody. Hardly lost any troops. And he, my guess would be every hit he lost 500, 600. We'll go over and we'll count them. I bet that cost him 5,000 troops out of his drill grounds. That's my guess. But we'll review that after. I gotta make a note. I'll forget. What's his name? Ali? Okay. Okay. Who's this? How strong are these people? 427, 305. Okay. Let's see. Can I be 305 with my tank? Oh yeah. This should piss him off. This should make him hit me again. Just trying to make him hit me again. He stopped. There. Anybody down here? Oh yeah. This will make him mad too. Hold on. You're gonna try to beat this guy with my tank. I don't know who's reinforcing him though, so might be ugly. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. We'll see how my tank does against these folks. Guy and Wuja Daddy, and what does he do? 74.6 air versus tank. Yeah, that's not wise. Not wise. We'll see if that's not bad. That one wasn't bad. That one wasn't good. Who's that? 427? Yeah, you ain't clearing me. Oh, see? Already out of resource. Who's this? Who's this cat? 420. Game played too. Who's on top? I survived. Yeah. See, that was all. I gotta look at that because that was all my tank squad. I gotta look at that report. Yes. Tank. So he's got tank, hits my missile. 86 to 94. Does really good because it's, tank missile. But then if you look, the air and thing, I mean, there is a huge fight going on here. I mean, anybody who's here, come on over. Because I can't. All these people are just, yeah, you can't do nothing about it, bro. You're stuck. I'm just gonna keep hitting this thing because he can't do anything about it. He doesn't. He isn't scared. He switch up. What'd he do on that one? Did he switch his teams? How did my tank hold the last time and didn't hold that time? A bunch of nonsense. There they go. Finally. It took them an hour. I was waiting for them to throw a rally. And how long did it take them? You guys watched me fight for how long? And it took them forever to do a rally. Jeez. All right, that guy's name, let me see. Okay. So these right here, when I was just defending right here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 attacks. And each one, 194, 273, but then you got to look at the second one. 379 to 113. That's more like 193, so more like 4. Yeah, it's like 5 something. 5 something. What does he have? Does he must have T11? Oh, that's what it is. So he has T11. He's got the 4th T11, and this is 5% enemy death rate. So when you have drone 250, which I'm sure he has. Yeah. So when you have drone 250 and you have the fourth one for T11s, you get a 10% death rate. So that's the increase that you end up with, which makes sense. But I'll tell you what, I hate not having war leader. Trying to go out and fight when you're not a war leader like this is just ridiculous. It's night and day, guys. That's why I made that video to show the difference. It's just night and day when you're fighting. And again, I heard a bunch of people, I said on that video that I made when I was telling the difference between war leader and engineer, I was more trying to show you how powerful war leader is when you're looking at battle reports and trying to determine your different squads and what's happening. It really was not to say like I think anybody should switch to war leader, but you know, is what it is. Why are we not hitting 188? I thought we were supposed to be on kill day. Now we're not. No, we're not hitting war 88. Thought we were hitting 188. All right, Dozer man, Dozer day. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. All right, no more. See, no more fighting. Getting in trouble for fighting, guys. Well, good. So I'll be here all day. Just stop. Just as well, eating up resources and whatever, but I can't stop. Okay. Done and done. So anyway, so I was telling you, it doesn't give engineers license to go get war leader. I do not recommend that at all for you. I understand. I told you there's only when you have to weigh the benefits. Yeah, are you going to win a couple extra fights? Sure, you're going to win a couple extra fights. But right now, at least as you're building, you have to wait a couple years as you continue to build to keep doing what you're doing. Because this game, as we talk about, right, it's all about paying money to get a lot of these builds and get a lot of these increases. You're doing a lot of that stuff for free. When you're engineer, you're compounding free on top of free on top of free. So you don't catch the benefits right now. You can't look at it as, I'm going to go be war leader now. You're not ready. And I understand you've been playing for like 2 years. You're like, well, when the hell am I going to be ready? You just have to build that first squad, and you got to build that second squad that we talk about. Like when you are going to build the first, and then you keep coming to me saying, oh, I'm never going to build a second. Yes, you are. I keep telling you, just give it time. Patience. You 100% will. You're not going to build it without engineer, though. Without all those free things, the free builds, the free tech time, all those things that it's allowed you. When you look at your base and you look at a big spender's base, and you look at all your buildings and you look at your tech, and you see all those things that are caught up, right? How do you think those things happened? How did you catch up? Spenders spent to use speed ups to go through their tech. Engineers have been sitting there slowly but surely chipping away with engineer, taking away time every 48 hours, using the buffs, using the time reduction. That's how they've been doing it. So there's so much benefit for you to continue to do engineer. Now that doesn't count the free speed ups that you're getting. And when all these people look at like, oh yeah, I have 588 days. That's because you continue to compound things. You're collecting things, the resources that you're ending to collect, the drone stuff that you're able to get. All these things are beneficial that you absolutely need. Absolutely need. Not to mention you play a crucial role of engineers on a team to be able to clear ruins. So just because you're seeing this right now, and there's no doubt, the most powerful folks should be war leader. That's their space. That's what they need to do and whatever. But as you go down, you really start, as you're not paying, as you start going down, then you really need to make sure that you're engineering and taking advantage of all those things. I only switched to engineer at the beginning of the season to do this. Now, there is like a pocket of time. Typically in the previous seasons, I don't know where that pocket of time would be at right now. The last 2 seasons, actually, in the last season it would work as well if you played a traditional right season. But traditionally, at the end of a season is the only time I would say it's beneficial for somebody to switch from engineer to war leader on the folks that don't usually pick war leader, because you're about to end your season with a final fight. And in that final fight, your team can use as much power as possible. So when you get down and you don't need ruin removal to move around, and you don't need some of those things, if you have free switches, like the game gives you opportunity to switch for free, then I would 100% recommend that you do engineer the last couple weeks. Because now for that small period of time in the game, right? And when I say a couple weeks, the season, any season that you're in, if you look at all the seasons that you've experienced already, season 1, season 2, season 3, as you're trying to get to the standings, there's always that final battle, right? You're always fighting that one last battle. Hey, need everybody to show up. We need everybody, blah, blah, blah. That's the one where if you can give your team a boost by being war leader, it would be worth it to switch. Other than that, there's really no other. And then you go into, for example, you can utilize that maybe to get yourself some extra rewards for those 2 weeks in 3v3, or maybe you can use them to boost yourself in arena if you can go. I mean, it's only top 200. But the other thing is, at the end of the season, they have the battles, the seasonal celebrations, like all these things. If you can use that to boost yourself a little bit, great. But after all that's done, back to engineer, because for the rest of the time, it's not worth it. And it's not worth it to just do it in a random Warzone duel for a few weeks, and it's not worth it to do whatever. Those rewards, and the reason why I say the difference is because those rewards are going to come to you anyway. When you're in a Warzone duel, you're going to get those rewards anyway, no matter what you're doing, right? Seasonal rewards are a little bit different. You can boost yourself a little bit more when you talk about those season rewards as you're trying to go. So it's not any gigantic when we talk about the differences in season rewards, right? And I'll kind of go in here and show you what I mean. I can't because I'm not in actual 118. But seasonal rewards, there's not an enormous difference between 1st and 10th. Not enough where you would make handshake deals and not fight to actually change your season. To be like, oh, I'm going to completely change the season so we make deals and we don't fight for 3 months or 4 months and go around what the developers designed us to do just so we can shake hands and not fight in a war game. Okay, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And so, no, I don't think it's worth sacrificing those type of things. In Warzone duels, server versus server, you only have it for a few weeks. Typically you're going in, you're talking about deciding the difference between winning and losing a Warzone duel by a handful of people that have that. The difference for me is in a Warzone duel, you need engineers. Engineers are pivotal in winning Warzone duels. I mean, the difference between winning and losing. The difference between winning and losing can 100% be the engineers that you have. The blues that you have, the purples that you have, without a doubt. It's so pivotal. It's not just about, we got this strong guy, we got to get out of the server. Now, early servers, that is. I saw the power difference between early servers. Like, it's ridiculous. I saw one guy just sitting in a capital and like 70 people couldn't remove him. That's just terrible for the game, personally. But for Warzone duels that are fair, man, if you don't have engineers that can move you, if you don't have people that are active to move your strong players around and closer, oh my God, it could be completely over, completely decided because of that. So I think engineers play a pivotal role there. As you get into the season and you're fighting these final battles and you're doing it, yeah, can the engineers move you up a little bit? Yes, but don't forget, a lot of those times you're fighting under a shield. A lot of those times you can reinforce those buildings and you're fighting under a shield and you're not moving your bases. You're just where you are. So there are times where you use a few of the engineers to move up in a giant, 200 battle of a bank or something, or one of these buildings. But it's just not as often, especially if you're under a shield and somebody can't be ported. Maybe more happening on the thing. So to me, I feel like War Leader is easier to sacrifice in those last 2 weeks of the season, or I should say Engineer is easier for those last 2 weeks of the season, where you're trying to reinforce and you're upping, and then when you look at it, when you're all going into one building, right? It's basically one building that you're focused on. Warzone Duel, you're all over the place. You're worried about worried about cannons. You're worried about the building. So many things to pay attention to, as opposed to one building, and you're just like, all right, we got to get our strength as high as possible to hold this building. Then yeah, your engineers switching over to War Leader 100% could make a difference in that battle, especially if you have like 20 or 30 of them doing it. So if the game gives it for free and you're able to do it, I would say that's the only time in this game that I would really be messing around with it. Otherwise, stay. And that's only if it's free. The game gives you free passes to switch. Otherwise, like $50 a pop or something. It's silly. Just say Engineer. How many kills? I have what do you mean? For today or for overall? Overall, I have 81 million. Yeah, 81. I'm not sure, Axel, if that's your question. In versus, I don't know. In versus, I am I never win. In versus, I am 40 million in versus. So I'm not sure which one you were looking for, but I don't know how many kills. Sometimes it's just people using like resources instead of just those being kills, but in any case. All right, so am I good? Am I good to be done? What time is it? 12. I just need a 12-hour shield. Oh, I still have it? What do we got? Oh, okay. It was like my little clock went off over here, but I guess it was a little early. Let me shield up, then go back and be done. Okay. Oh, and again, compliance was talking about this in the last stream we were doing, saying that it was easier to go from here when I didn't have this last week when we were doing this. So if you guys remember at the end of the stream, I was like, this is dumb to not have the return. Somebody says, well, you can always just use Alliance, Assemble, Teleport, and Accept to go back to the base. And that is somehow faster. And I was like, there's no way that's faster. 4 clicks is not, I understand maybe the transition screen may not happen as fast. I understand that, but there's still no way that's faster. To click 4 times to 1 click. It's just efficiency. It's easy efficiency. So now that I have this, I did that last week. I can show you when I do it this way. I just click 1 time. And I'm already back. Right? So how could 4 clicks be faster? There's just no way. I can just easily do that. But I guess the reason why, by the way, and I looked at why that was happening. So when you're in season 5 and you have 8 servers in the same map, when you're fighting a versus against somebody else in the same season as you, it takes away the return to server, which is dumb. to say the least. And I think actually the whole time that we've been playing from season 5, I think that's the first time that I've actually fought somebody else in verses of the same season map. It was like K&M, I believe. I don't remember it not being on my screen, so it took me by surprise. But either way, here were the season rewards I was just talking to you about for this season. So you're looking here, and when you look at season rewards, ignore the top 2 because these are only 5 people get these rewards. The season rewards, you want to look at these. This is where the majority of the team gets 80 people. Let's talk about what 80 people get. Let's not talk about what 5 people get, right? So it's 150,000 honor points and 1.7 thousand season points. Now this is pretty much first place. Now second to third, you lose 10,000 honor points and 200 season points. Okay. Now I'm gonna guess this is 4 through 10, but if you look, you're now at 30,000, so that's 20,000 drop, and you're still 1.5, so it's still only 200 from first. Okay. So those are okay. Those are pretty acceptable. Those are good. Now, if you jump to the next one, though, you're down to 120. Now, that's 10,000, but you're also now like 20,000 from being in second and third. And, you're starting to move down where you're like, everyone is blueprints. That's how I look at it. Everyone is a print. So if you were in these levels here, and you're dropping to 100,000, 85,000, 90,000, this is where you want out. You only get 1.2 thousand seasonal points, 1.1 thousand for being here. So if you can make a difference from being in this level right here to being over here into the top 20, yeah, you're gonna want to do that. Because that's 50,000 honor points or 300 seasonal points. I would think that's worth it to make the change from engineer to war leader in the last 2 weeks. Okay, let's see. Did I survive? Yep, all survived. I gotta send my trucks out. And I went last night. I really didn't let's hop on the train. Well, that first card's really good today. 2 decos and all that gold. Really good. Really good. But I always choose the cheaper carts so I can up my chances of I'm going to go here. I'm going to risk it because it's got a drone. I think more people are going to go in here. I think these 2 lines are going to be so long that these 2 won't be too bad. I'm going to go for the level 3 speed ups, 5,000 contributions, and we got resource. I'm going to go there. See if the strategy works. All right, let's go into our account reviews. Let's start reviewing. Let's see. You got I don't know if you guys are on here. Paying attention. Based on your grouping, from your point of view, who would be the top 3 in our season? Ooh, that's tough. I think 118 has an outstanding shot of being number 1 this season. Yeah, that's just it is what it is. That's my opinion. I mean, is it biased? Okay, probably it's fine. But I'm telling you, if you look at an outside perspective, if you guys seen us, we're tough, man. It's no joke. I would 100% give us a shot at being number one. Um, then our part, and then it's I don't know. This is very difficult for me. There's a lot of tough teams there's a lot of tough servers that I'm not really familiar with. MZ 120, I'm familiar with. They're incredibly strong participation. I actually think they've won the last 5 seasons they've been in. They've won them. So to not say that they're not a top 3 team, I think I think that's kind of silly. I think that they're incredibly strong, incredibly tough. A lot of participation. They're friends. They're friends of 118. So I have to put 120 in there, like to say they're a top 3. So if I had to pick a top 3 server, I would say them. I would say 118, and then it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to say because I know you have 181, who's the number 1 seed, the hot dog guy. It's just crazy. Really got to change this, like just for the season at least. The hot dog guy constantly running around. They do have 488. They have a decent alliance here. They're just not deep. Only 12 people over 200. So it's difficult for me to pick them just because they're not deep. Who's this? The fourth. Let me go to the other picture so I can see the seeds. I can't pick the 4 seeds. The other 2 seed 169 we have to fight. Oh shit. See, then they won't let me click on the pictures from this view. So 169, and then the other 3 seeds are 193 and 188. All right, let me take a look at 169. See, that other picture should let me do this. Like I just click from there. Okay. Yeah. 160. See, 169 is strong. I think 169 got a bad pull. I mean, like it's really yeah. They're deep. Don't know a whole lot about them, but they're deep. They look strong. They look like they built a great server. When you look across the board, I mean, man, you can't nothing but respect for this. They got 300 million, 300 million accounts, almost a fourth. Look at this, a bunch of 290. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yes. I listen. Hard to not pick them. Hard to not pick them to be in the top 3. Honestly. They got really, really strong count there. Then you got the number. Let me just double check the number 3 alliances. Okay, they're strong too. Oh man, they are strong. Wow. They got 6 300 accounts. They got the top power covered. And they got decent participation here. 66. They got 66 over 200. They're going to be tough too. No easy pickings coming from this area either. That's a tough 3 draw for somebody. That 120's 3 draw? That's not easy. And then 193. See. Yeah, I mean, okay. They got 2. I mean, there's a difference, right? There's only 22 people over 200 in here, and they don't have anybody stronger than 287. So, yeah. So I can't like just sheer when you're looking at sheer numbers on a page. Yeah, kind of hard to not go with 169 or 188. Both of them very strong. I think I think it's tough for me to pick a top 3. I don't think it's fair trying to judge a book by its cover here, not knowing necessarily the ins and outs. So I would have to say 188, 169, 120, 118. I think have the edge for top 4 to figure out how you want to do is in there, but I would say that is what I would say for the top 4 of the season. Yeah, 188. That's a tough. In all fairness, though, 169 is a tough 2 as well. The 2s are really tough. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun season. Let's put it that way. I think you got a lot of fight. It looks like a lot of fighting servers in this grouping. Very fair, to be honest with you. I mean, I just showed you top servers across the board, and they're very strong. All these servers that we have in here, so it's going to be incredibly fun. A lot of fun battling, and also there's a reason why I go deep when I look at the rankings of a server, and I don't just go top end. Because especially in this season 6 coming up, and you saw it in Gold Vein, what the game is kind of trying to do away with a little bit of having the whales not be able to say, okay, that's the only thing that matters in a season. If they have a whale, then that's all that matters. Gold Vein, you really saw it. Really saw it. One of the first times we really got to see it in Gold Vein, where they made you have to defend so much on the map. So much that strong, like enormously tough whales can only be in one place. So while they're there, you're somewhere else. And chipping away at other buildings made a difference. So they took away the ability to just have like 2-3 whales and then that decide a fight. That was what was very interesting about this. Now, I think they're do this with season 6. They're kind of taking that same approach, which is very exciting because it's more faction. It's complete opposite of season 5, where you can just team up and handshake stuff. This is more about being in your faction, strategizing how you're going to move around that map, killing cities that, by the way, once you kill, they can't get back. They can't recover that city. You took it, you killed it, and strategizing how you want to move around the map. Ton of strategy. You guys, so before, you guys would just throw it away and be like, yeah, whale this and whale that, and that's all that mattered. And now, it's not. There's so much strategy involved with this season than any other that they've done. So if you're not into the strategy, if you don't, like that part of the game, then you're probably going to hate the season. If you're one of those people that dip in and dip out of the season and kind of not know what's going on, just show me what battle I'm going to show up for. You're going to miss a lot of the nuances of why teams are where they are. You really want to pay attention to what your team's strategy is if you're involved with that part of the game. There's a reason why this game is considered one of the top strategy download games, period. So they say strategy. In season 6, that's exactly the case. So it's all about how you move around the map, how you work with your other faction, and these packs. Like we talked about it, these packs are difference makers once you see it. So you can make alliance packs now with another alliance. You can chat with them and use them, and you can start, like you're able to before. If, for example, somebody had this building right here and we were an alliance, we would have had to move all the way around all these squares in order to get here, right? Or go after this, somebody that's close to this square. Now I can just make an agreement pack with this team, and then I can just automatically go here, right? So it's just completely different. Not to mention, it says, and somebody when I made my season 6 video, somebody said that you can't help your pack defend in the season. And if that's the case, they've completely misled, because it says you can also assist in defending cities of the other alliance. I think that's pretty clear. Again, the game is usually terrible with messaging. They're not getting the benefit of the doubt from me when it comes to messaging. But I think you guys all can read that the same, that it says you can assist in defending the other alliance's city. So if you make a pack here and somebody attacks them, you should be able to help them defend. Now, if that's not how it's working, I don't know, but that's what it says. And by the way, it's not even that deep. Like, you can click on the eye and look in here. And when you get into these seasons, by the way, I want you guys to pay special attention to these things. It sounds silly, but I don't know, like the game lays these things out, and a lot of people just use what's in front of them. Oh, the game made this important, so I'm just going to go, oh, this is how it works. Oh, I see, you can cancel it. Oh, that's cool. And that's it. Captain Hedgehog said the number one thing that he thinks players don't do enough of is click on the eye and read rules. And if you look in here, it documents and kind of diagrams a little bit of this information. But when you go in here, look at how much information is in here about the packs. So he's 100% right. Like, if you're not clicking and reading through how this is working, then look at all that information you're missing. They're just kind of at a high level summarizing it with nice, cute pictures for everybody. So, but yeah, the packs, think about that. Like, that's just a difference maker. That's something that they add in where if you have a good team, if you have a good alliance, if you have a good server you want to team and make packs with, it can really make a difference. It's strategy. That's strategy, folks. Not just download, push a button, slam my team into a wall. That's like, you need to have your R5 and your R4 of your server, your president of your server. If they're not good at strategy, guys, you're going to find out. And they may blame it on things. They may say, yeah, well, they're too strong for us, guys. They're too, they're too whatever. I mean, look at it yourself is what I would say. Make your own determination. Are they saying that because they got out-strategized? Or are they saying that because it's true? Because it could be true. The servers or whatever. I'm just seeing for myself that the server strength is pretty equal in our season. I can't speak for everybody's, but I think that's kind of the point. So, when you look at 4 against 4 and you do 2 against 2, pretty close in how they're matching these things up from us. So I think strategy comes into play, and I would make that determination of yourself. I don't know that necessarily the president, your R5, your R4s are going to just go and so, yeah, we messed up. We didn't do well. They out-strategized us. I don't think that's on the top of everybody's mind to say that a lot of times. I think you have to read into that yourself, what your opinion is about what transpired. But again, I go back to what I originally said to start this. If you're just somebody who checks in and checks out in this game and doesn't pay attention to those things as far as what your team is doing in strategy, what your team is moving around, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss what the point is, what you guys are doing, what the strategy is in the plan, and you're also going to miss if it worked or not. If you got outplayed, if you got outflanked, if the other team was just smarter. The other servers were just smarter. The other servers worked together. I don't know, guys. I just think there's a lot of pressure on your R5s and R4s in this season to make it work. Because it's not simple. This is literally war general strategy shit that needs to go on in this season. It's that crazy. If you want to be successful. If you want to actually go in and do that. And also, they're doing it, don't forget, after you have your season, there's your transfer portal. If you don't like how the season turned out and you think it's because of your server, I got to tell you, I find it hard to believe that this season isn't going to be successful. This season is not success. If this season is incredibly successful, you're going to have more like it. They're going to more add the strategy element into the game. So think about that when you're transferring or you're looking for your server. Don't just look at server strength. You're going to want to pay attention, as I said before. Who's the president of that server? Go look at their moments. Go look at who they are. Go talk to them before you transfer. Talk to the other alliances. Not just the top alliances, by the way. Go talk to the 4th alliance on the server. Ask them how they're treated. Ask them how they feel the top team treats them or treats the server. Ask them how the president is before you transfer. You want to end up in the right place, and take that from me, by the way. This is my 4th transfer. This was my 4th transfer out of 5 seasons. So it's one thing I know about. It's going to servers, seeing servers, picking servers, going there. And shit has not worked out. So I can tell you firsthand. At least I have knowledge. I'm not somebody who transferred once and didn't know the process. Make sure you understand the server you're moving with, the dynamics, what's happening, the drama. Don't just go somewhere because there's 3 whales. That don't work. We proved that. In 71 proved that. It didn't work. Just because you have 3 whales doesn't mean you need purples and blues to make up a server. That's why I show you how many over top 200 do you have. Not just, hey, let's look at the top 10. Ha ha ha. No, not anymore. Used to be like that. We thought that was the important thing, right? And the ones that knew that it wasn't, by the way, they got a leg up. Their servers have survived. Their servers have thrived. And now you want to transfer to those servers. You want to leave the server that's dying and you want to go to those servers, right? Because you're seeing, well, guess what? Those people knew it a long time ago. They were better strategy people because they could see how you build a right server. People put their money in different spots. When they were building servers, some people bet on whales. Some people said, I know, I'm just going to get 2 whales and my server is going to kill everybody. And other people said, we're going to build our server from the bottom up to make sure we have blues and purples and a long lineup of activity and strong people. And then we'll add a whale. We'll get 1 in here that's strong. And now over time, it's been proven out. This isn't a suggestion. This isn't a fact. If you're early servers and you've only gone through 2 migrations or 3 migrations, it's no longer, you don't have to guess anymore. It's the right way has been proven out. It's not just whales that make a server. It's your 3rd, it's your 4th alliance, it's those blues, it's those purples. They make your server. It's the engineers, it's the participation, it's the chat, it's the no drama. It's getting people out of your server that are just causing issues, honestly. That are just constantly picking fights. That think it's okay to hit the other alliances. You know, they just do that all the time, maybe in kill events or, you know, whatever, where they think that's funny. That's played itself out. Of 188. Yeah, I'll be honest, I was hitting, I was fighting 188. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to fight 188. I'm sorry. It was after kill event. I had seen Doberman and Peanut hanging around, so I thought we were fighting. Why I was fighting? I don't know. Like, it is what it is. My bad. My bad. I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but I just said I like 188 actually. I thought they were pretty strong. But these things occur. Okay. So let's get into account reviews, folks. So account review. Let's see, who do we have? So everybody, for those of you that don't know, by the way, WWC Discord, discord.gg/join WWC, and there's an account review thing that you can do, account reviews. Everything is free. And yeah, and you can go right over to the left. One of our channels has account review requests. So there you go. Okay, let's go. Brother Jim. Brother Jim. Name is Brother Jim from 1889. Oh man, I love that. 1889. Hoping to get some advice on my account progress. We are in the off season between seasons 1 and 2. I switched recently from my tank main to focus exclusively on missile. You went from tank to missile in season 1. Interesting. Okay. For tech, I have been focusing exclusively on pushing special forces to get my T10s. Okay. Not sure what other info I need to include in here. I find it very helpful. I'm a very light spender, on average about 100 a month. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's talk before we even look at your team. I don't need to see anything to tell you in that spend level. Battle passes, great deals as you move forward. I wouldn't even, use like your fourth. If you're only going to spend 100 a month, you don't even need the monthly pass. Like $25, and you're trying to build stuff. And $25 for a fourth team. I know they give some stuff that's helpful, like stamina and different things, but I think it sucks you in. Like, I really wouldn't be spending on the fourth team you're not going to use and the heroes you're not going to use if you're going to sit there with a fourth squad that doesn't do anything but collect. And you don't have that luxury when you're 100 a month. So I would cut that out as you're building and trying to get actually stronger in the game. Battle Pass are good. They took away, a lot of the $5 choices for you. But honestly, the gear is your hardest thing to acquire in the game. So if you spent your time going after gear as far as like bullseye event, or I wouldn't do, by the way, the gear battle pass, because typically that's just for a bunch of ore and they try to suck you in with a few blueprints. I wouldn't go that route. I would stick to bullseye event and trying to get as many pieces of gear to get to those mythics as possible, because it's the hardest thing to do and it's the biggest difference maker in this game. Exclusives they're making more readily available across the board, and I would buy the like the exclusive battle pass, because there's a lot of good value there in the exclusive battle pass as far as how many exclusives you get to chip away and build your squads. But I wouldn't even worry about the second page of a battle report when you go through it. When you look at the stuff like drone, tech is free, so we put that in a separate bucket, okay? I don't want to include tech on that battle report. I would say the first page and tech. Let's pull tech off the second page of a battle report. When you're only spending 100 a month and you're just starting this game, ignore your drone. I don't want any money to go to your drone. Just build what you're building right now. Worry about your drone after. Don't worry about your deco. There's nothing you can do there. Don't spend money on deco. And just leave that stuff and concentrate, because at the end of the day, it's very difficult when you're not spending a lot in this game to focus on everything. It's just too hard. You can't divide your attention. So you look at what makes the biggest difference, especially early on with these battle reports. Your gear is going to be so important. Your gear makes like I just built my third team in tank, and I can tell you that until I was able to get my gear right, and I already had my exclusives going, so my exclusives and my gear, until I was able to get those right, and now I'm building stronger with mastery, that's making it better. But everything else, like, it's just too hard for a low spender to sit there and try to divide and conquer. Get your T1 gear built out. That's what I would say. Put your money in there, get your honor points, go in there in the store and get that stuff. And then build out that gear. Once you get that gear built out, okay, now you can start talking about whatever. It's just so hard and takes so long for anybody who's not spending money in this game to build that gear out. And maybe the game will create another way to do it, but can we move the chat view of the account? Oh, sure, yeah. Here, let me just close that out for right now while I do the review. I'll just do that. Or you know what? Here, you're right. Here, you can go over here. There you go. Okay. All right, let's look at the pictures. You got it, Hope Crash. Thank you. Your missile squad team. Wow. Okay, you're all good. You're all 5 stars. You got damn. You got everybody. So Air. I do. Your shift is very strange, though, Jim. I will say you shifted straight from tank to missile, and I would recommend when you have missile as your top squad, you have air as your second squad. And you can see that because you were building tank so hard, and then you went to missile and you built missile so hard, your second team right now is probably going to be tank, and that goes off because tank can beat missile, and now you have no counter for tank. So it puts you at a disadvantage there. So I would think long term, you're going to want to make a shift from uh, tank to air as your second squad. That's what I would recommend. Your missile is good. I would be getting McGregor stars up. Focus on defense. Get those stars up here. Looks like you only have 2 left for Fiona, though. So at this level, you do that. I do worry, though, if you're going to switch to McGregor. Yeah, see, this is the problem as people build. They don't prioritize defense enough in this game. So McGregor's a tank, man. Like you need McGregor as part of missile, because when I say tank, he's like tanky. He just sits there and absorbs damage as you move forward. It's so important as part of tank that he just sits there and absorbs all the damage he does. So it's incredibly important that in a missile squad that you're going to get McGregor built to take that damage. He doesn't really help the team that much, but his team participation is just absorbing damage. So I take it. Focus on that. Okay. Yep, skills you're good again. You want to get McGregor unlocked to give yourself a boost. Yeah, no big concerns stand out. Swift, who's Swift up here? Yeah, you're gonna want to get Swift, all around Swift skills right here up to begin with. Push your Swift skills. But overall, not bad. This is what I want to see. Okay, good. I mean, this is fine for your gun. Alternate. Get some prints. I would spread out my prints into some radars and to protection to get some defense too. You need radars printed, and this is why gear is so important earlier in the game. And I was just telling you this because if you look at your team, a lot of the things that are going on, you don't have gear. You're only got prints on Tesla, and you need to start getting more prints to fill out this team. So 100%. I don't know what your gear is on your other team, or if you didn't share that. I'm gonna hope that you moved your best gear over here, and this is what I'm looking at. If so, you need to get some prints on these folks, and you got to spread them out and get this built out. You need prints bad. You can't be in season 1, and those are your only prints that you've gotten so far from the start of the game to the season. That's it. God, then you definitely need bullseye. This is what I fear is people without gear. So important, man. Yep, that's. What's your exclusive? I can't see your exclusive weapon. I don't know what you have, but you only have Tesla, so it doesn't really matter. You're only building one hero there. That looks great. Hero squad. So hero is in your non-valor should be going into Hero, there's so much power in Hero. You want to shift. If you're going to do missile main, you better have all your missile hero developed. It's going to take you a long time if you don't strict focus on hero to try to get your second team. It's just it requires an immense amount of focus for all your tech to just be. You have to centralize on hero and get that built out. Difference making stuff in there. Special forces, yes. So again, I would not be rushing T10s where you're spending, if you're spending any of your $100 budget to push special forces, don't. Yeah, T10s are nice. It's 1 million per squad. Problem is it costs so much money, so much gold. We've covered this over and over. I wouldn't be like just completely deteriorating your entire game only focusing on special forces, and then it uses up all your resources and you can't do anything else because you have no resources for it. It's a resource suck, and that's what the game wants to have happen. Game wants you to have to spend on resources. So don't do that. I wouldn't rush it to spend any of your budget on it. Spend your budget on your gear and slowly but surely build out your tech and how you do that. But there's a lot of great stuff in Special Forces. It looks to me like the fact you're 78%, I don't know how far along you are, but that looks pretty good that you are taking, that's what you are doing from a build perspective. I like it. I like it. Saying, I found a missile main that should use his hero swaps, get his air squad maxed up, prioritize. Yeah, good call, Ant. If you can use those hero swaps to go from the tank team to the air team at this point, 100%, because it's got to be your second team. Regarding gear, I always advise players to make the stars level even in number and never more than one gear. Let's have an odd number in stars. When you, I'm guessing, MZ, when you say stars, do you mean dots on the gear? I like to, when you're building, it's very difficult to sit there and do that for your build, like build evenly. People just don't have enough prints, MZ, to do that, where they have the luxury of sitting there and going 5, 10, 15 and what they do. So I would say, like when I was building, if I had if I had 15 prints for me, I'm going to spread it out for me. I'm going to do a gun and I'm going to do 2 radars. And I'm going to take the boost on 3 heroes. And then when I get my next set, then I'll go ahead and put a second dot on my gun. I can go ahead and put a second dot on my radar and then put a second dot on the other radar. I'm going to get the boost on 3 heroes for my 5 prints. For a free to play, they just don't get enough prints. They don't get enough. So it just takes them forever. So it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to sit with somebody with 1 dot anyway. You shouldn't be scared to build with just 1 dot and be a slave to, oh, you shouldn't have more than 1 hero odd. You shouldn't be a slave to that when you don't get a lot of prints to do it. So that's how I do it. And I pick like 6 to work on at a time as I'm building. Like, I see a lot of people who try to get gear across their whole entire team. Like, oh, I'm going to put 1 dot on everything, and then I'm going to put 2 dots on everything. That doesn't bode well. It's not your strongest assets. You want to amplify your strongest pieces of gear when you first start. And I highly encourage you to sandbox this yourself, by the way. There's a thing at the bottom of the base. It's not just about, no, that doesn't work. No, this is whatever. It's all right there for you. You can actually fight other teams and see when you put gear on folks, the difference that it does in different spots. We have the luxury of testing this rather than just saying this works and that doesn't work. Go test it. It works. It works when you spread out and you concentrate on like 6 pieces of gear and lowing it out. Blowing out like 2 radars, 2 shields, and like 2 guns. Yeah, it works. Depending on your team too, your build. But and it depends on what point in the game you are. Early in the game, a lot of people focus on the radar. As you can see already, Jim is shifting to missile and he's in season 1. So if you only focused on radars in early season stuff and you don't have your shields out, well, guess what? You're at a disadvantage because that's their physical damage. All missiles, most of missiles, except for Tesla, everybody's physical damage. So you don't have your shields out, you're at a disadvantage for those people that are shifting on a missile. Early on, it works because typically people are, tanks, and you got Kim and Stetman, who's energy. You then you move over into air, Divas, energy. So it works early on for what people try to shift to and do, but as you progress, it's incredibly important to not ignore physical damage. So that's what I would do. It looks like you're already doing that with special forces. You're taking your time. Typically, I see people that are surging and they only do this like 60%, and they like trying to go after the T10s. So if you're building this out in special forces, there's a ton of great tech in special forces to help you. Hero tech, your units. I think there's that load carry stuff that you can ignore. Don't worry about to leave. And then, yeah, your siege defense and mastery should all be done at the same time. So you should be doing those 3. So go ahead and take your stuff from special forces. That's what I did. I did my special force. I took everything out of special forces before I jumped over and did the siege and defense and special force, except for like unlocking the hospital. I unlocked my extra drill grounds. I went in and did those things as soon as I could. ASAP, I reduced those. I mean, I grabbed those, the hospital and extra drill grounds. But yeah, in all of this, Jim, your tech looks good. I mean, for being in season 1, this is really good tech, bro. Really good tech. I'd also worry about your Alliance duel. The points that come from this, you actually save resources by pushing your Alliance duel. Because a lot of times your teams want you to push points, and then you use points, and you use speed ups, and you use different things to try to get more points in versus. Versus drives how you play the game sometimes. So the more you get an Alliance duel, the more points you score with using less resources. So that equates to you dragging those things out. So Alliance duel for your team and for yourself is incredibly important as you move forward and you have pressure on you to score points. That's why it's really beneficial to get a lot of this from Alliance duel too. But gear is your number 1, bro. Work on this. Focus on that gear. Bending. Yeah. Other than that, you have any questions, brother Jim? Then let me know. Let me know. All right. I think I need to send a message here, and I am going to. When did we do this? I don't even know what time. See the time of the live. What are we in? 2 hours, 20 minutes? All right. There you go, brother Jim. I don't know. I think I got to close this out. What I got to do? All right. Look at me. Chief. Oh, I see Chief in chat. Oh, WWC. First, thank you for taking the time to read my report. Really appreciate you and the advice you give the community. Appreciate you, Chief. I am currently in preseason and only 3 days away from season 1. Unfortunately, I took a month off of my account due to personal reasons and circumstances and just returned 4 days ago. I know I am behind from others on progression, but wanted advice on how to move forward with squad, gear, and tech specifically. The recommendations of other factors you see. I am a high spender, spending about 300 to 500 on average a month. Oh, all right. It's very difficult when people take off from the game, and personal reasons. Like, it's not like you chose to, but it's very. This game is unforgiving for when people step away. It's crazy. But The good news for you, Chief, is if you're spending 300 to 500 a month, you will catch up just fine. Like free to play players are like, oh, my heart goes out to try to catch up when you're going to have 300 to 500 to spend. You'll be catching up just fine. All right, so this is good. I'm going to guess you only shared one team, so let's just focus on one team. Big fan of this getting rid of this, by the way. We support that 100% at the WWC. Like if you're gonna ask for a review, just get rid of that. I love it. I love how you don't have to use somebody else's name. Okay, let's see. Chief, you are air. All right. Air. Oh man, guy, you already know what I'm gonna say. It's Chief, your gear. We are gonna take your 300 to $500 budget. And we're going to give you two rules that you are allowed. Number one, you are not allowed to buy ore. Do I understand it's going to be like, I can't move my gear right now. I can't do anything without the ore. I get it. But it's patience. The hardest thing to get is not the ore. The hardest thing to get is the blueprints. And the second thing, the hardest thing to get is patience. You're going to get plenty of ore. It's just going to take you a little bit longer, and we're going to centralize it. But do not use your budget on ore. Please, I cannot say that enough. I understand you think you're using a lot of money, and you think, oh, listen, I'd rather just spend it. Lose battles. You'll win the long game if you wait it out. All right? You will win the long game. But we have to get you prints. So I want you to do Bullseye. Bullseye is going to solve both of your problems I just said. Bullseye is going to give you ore, and it's going to give you the prints. So now you're not putting money towards the ore, you're putting money towards the prints, right? And it's going to give you the all-important mythic. So since you have a 300 to 500 budget, you don't necessarily need to just buy out Bullseye. You can do it every 2 months if you want to do it that way. So I would say you can split your money to drag it out. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to get your battle passes, not your hero pass for your ore, because I also want you to get your exclusives as you move forward and those passes release for your exclusives. 300 to 500. So we're going to push your exclusives too, because you have the monthly budget to do it. So we're going to push that. And I want you to do exclusives because they're so goddamn strong. You believe me, that advantage is going to be great. So between your exclusives and your gear, you're going to be golden. A matter of fact, it's going to line you up. If you continue to spend your money that way over the next few months, it's going to line you up perfect to get the Overlord. And then we'll probably be able to put some money towards the Overlord so you jump ahead of everybody on Overlord. We're not going to put too much in the Overlord. Overlord isn't really worth the money. However, what you can do is you can put a small amount of your monthly budget into the Overlord to push you past a lot of people, to get you over the hump. So you got to figure the majority of people aren't spending on the Overlord. Then you have the people that are spending way too much that shouldn't. And then you have the people that are like whales that it doesn't matter what they do, they're going to keep. So what we don't do is chase the whales. And we don't chase the people that are spending their money wrong. We don't look at that, right? We spend our money wisely and we spread it out into the important parts of battle reports. What is going to decide these battles? Early on, gear, exclusives, and tech. That's where we want to spend our time. So in your case, Bullseye is going to be incredibly important. So what I might be worth it for you, as I said, like the long game plan, I would split out my budget for Bullseye and the things. I would take your first, since you are behind, as you said, 4 days. What I would do is take an entire budget of your month budget and blow through Bullseye. Go buy out the whole goddamn thing. It's like $400. Just put your whole monthly budget and just buy the damn thing out. Because what you need right now is you need prints. You get a mythic, and you're going to be able to fill out this entire team to 40. You're going to, right away, you'll catch up. From everybody else who's got to sit there and chip away at building this for you, you're going to catch up immediately with this gear. because we want to be able to put we don't want to just sit with our blueprints. We want to be able to put them on too, right? So we don't want to sacrifice things that's on this report right now that I'm looking at. I don't want to sacrifice Diva's shield and radar. You need Diva. You're going to run air. My God, do you need Diva? So we need her built out. I need her 40s across the board, but I need your whole team on 40. It's a cheap power. It's cheap power build, and that's why people buy ore. We're gonna buy out a bullseye and friggin' blow out your team so we get to 40 and get that done. Your guns, by the way, stop moving them. Your defensive guns, stop. They can sit at 10. You don't need to push them. You're not going to push them to 40. Not all things. You could have left them at 0. Not all things are created equal. Look at your battle report. Oh, did you show me here? Oh, you did. Watch. Just look at your battle report and look at what you're going to end up doing. Diva's damage is 8 million, 4.6 million, 5.2 million. Look at this. These are not the guns that you want to sacrifice to be able to do. When you can be building these folks out, treat them the way they're supposed to be treated. Thank you very much, Ant. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. God, look at this guy building out, man. So I don't know what to. Just thank you so much, man. But you see what I mean when I talk about this? Like, look at how you're building your gear. Look how you're building your gear. Why does this get any attention? Why? I just showed you you have nothing. You're not giving any attention to here. You could have taken all the ore here and given it to Skylar's gun. Because again, look at the power. Look at the damage. You're giving the same attention to Carly that you gave to Skylar, and look at the damage that Skylar's doing. So build. You gotta reshape how you're building it. So when I say put all your ore and use it all, I want you to use it all, but use it smartly across the board and don't touch these guns. As a matter of fact, the last two things I want you to move are the guns and the chips for your defense. So just move. I want all your defender. I want all your attack power here. I want everybody built out to 40s. 40, 40, 40, 40. And then we'll do the chips to build those to 40. And to be honest with you, you can start putting gear on. You use your ore. If you're deciding between using ore to push a defensive gun or actually put the prints on somebody, oh my God, put the prints on somebody. Like, who gives a shit? The gun will come. You know when the gun should, you know when you should move the guns? You should move the guns when you're done with the rest of your stuff and you've moved your prints and you have a little bit of ore left. And you're like, okay, I'll move that a level. I mean, if it just takes you a long time to make those guns to 40, great. I just don't want you to focus on it. All right. I damn sure want you to focus on the radars. And this is good. Your guns, this is fine. We're going to get them out. I also want you to put some prints on your radar. You're not in season 1 yet. Most people are using energy damage. This rule works for you right now. Yeah, give some love to those radars right there. And move it out. You are already building out Diva, and Diva's out here with her gun and her chip. I don't mind that. Keep doing that. What you will be allowed to do actually is shift Diva to the front. Inconsistent as we talked about, but incredibly powerful, especially early seasons. People aren't ready for it. People can't handle that type of damage when it comes in. So you can really throttle some people by doing it. It also makes your build a little bit easier. So when you're building out your radars, you do need 2. But what we're going to do is instead of building, this is how I want you to build your squad. So build out your gun for Diva, your chip for Diva, right, to 4 dots, as well as your radars. And then I want you to build your shields. 4 dots. 4 dots, 4 dots, 4 dot, 4 dot, okay? Then what we're going to do is you're going to shift the radar and shield right into here, and you can move her in front. Just be aware certain battles it may work better than others because of the ceiling that she pops, and sometimes it's low. So some battles it may not work, but it's going to have you throttle people a lot higher than you are. So either case, these are going to be your next. So it gives you that versatility that you can move people around. And then while you're able to do that, you can come back and you can kind of go back and forth. I would say your next ones after that will be targeted the Morrison gun and the radar of Lucius, who's probably going to be here. But yeah, that would be the gear kind of picture that I would start doing. Skills look good. I mean, you're catching up with skills just fine. Blow out Diva, please. Get Diva all built out. Diva carries air. Until Lucius isn't the main picture until he gets his exclusive. So you got until season 4 before he's going to get his exclusive weapon. But in the meantime, blow out Diva. Like, Diva is your bread and butter. You need Diva, and you need as you move forward, you're going to see the stuns are the same way. Skylar just becomes so much more potent when you can get her to guarantee a stun on that skill set that she does. But air is lucky no matter what you do. So it is what it is. But Diva carries air. I mean, it's crazy. The damage that she does, especially early on. And you saw it in your battle report. We were just looking at it. Look at the battle report. Everybody on this page that's fighting, and look at what Diva's doing. It's just so friggin' strong. Okay. Yes, drone again. Even though you're a big spender, I don't want you to concentrate too much on your drone until you can catch up that gear. For you, since you are a spender, get gold chips. By the way, get all these gold chips on here. And until you get that gear filled out, I don't want you. And then we're going to save your bounty. So anything you do in Bounty Hunter, I want you to do drone parts for yourself. You can get ready for it. So save up and do your Bounty Hunter. Just do your drone parts. Because we need to move your drone to 200 eventually. So right now 150, but 200 is going to be your damage reduction for 5%. And since you're a big spender, 300 to 500, we are going to want to move that to 200 at some point. And you can't do that unless you chip away. It takes so many gears early on. Like, I mean, there's that 5,000 that you need to go to like 150. It's just this huge bucket that happens. Thank you, brother. Thank you before. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's move over. Let's see what else you got cooking. Yep. You are so far behind in drone parts here, in your components. My God. For 300 to 500 a month, I like these to be further. You're not going to concentrate on it. You got too many other things to worry about. Just keep going what we already talked about. Get your gear. Do your exclusives. Once you finish your gear, we'll pivot over. We'll get and in the meantime, get those drone parts. Don't buy the select drone stuff from Bounty. We will correct the component thing through level 5 mobilization in a few months, maybe another season or something. We'll fix your component problem. Don't do it through select components. It's a 33% markup, and you need drone parts. Don't do that. Let's see what your tech is looking. Special forces, defense, okay. Hero, if you're just going to go one team right now, which you should, by the way, that's the other thing. You're a big spender, and typically big spenders should worry about multiple teams, but because you took all that time off, you don't have that luxury. So you need to get your T1 fixed and corrected before you can even talk about a T2. So it's probably going to be a season or something before we get you back on track as a big spender. So I would just focus on that T1 and get caught up. Don't divide your resources. All you're going to end up doing is frustrating yourself, and you're going to end up average instead of, looking like you're putting that money towards a strong-ass team. Believe me, it's okay. Don't worry about... You got to drop the ego at the door. You don't have a T2. You might get burned, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. We're going to build that elite T1 first. You'll be fine. Your siege, your units. Your unit's fine. Your hero is good as long as you're getting everything out of that air and the bottom 4 of hero. I'm okay with that. You are behind. So you, out of everybody, needs to just take your time with special forces. You have to catch up. So take your time. The only way to speed and catch up for those T10s at this point is to spend. And if we're spending a bunch of money trying to get special forces caught up on speed ups and resources, you're taking your whole goddamn budget and you're wasting it. You're pissing it out the window on things like resources. It's not a smart spend. There's nothing you can do quick in this game. Even at 300 to 500 a month budget, it sounds like a ton, but it's in this game that doesn't necessarily equate to like a speed build. So you're gonna have to take your time on some of these things, but it will pan out, I promise. But don't force the T10s. It's gonna divert everything we talked about. You're not gonna be able to accomplish any of that if you do that. It's a big mistake. Nothing you can do in this. Hey, welcome back, Chief. The game you left, we could actually work on deco. Well, welcome to the no deco world. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. So you are stuck. Don't worry about your deco. One less thing to worry about. That's the good news for you. One less thing to worry about. You do not have to worry about that. And I'll tell you, for somebody that stepped away for 4 months, you already have a bunch of base skins. We will take care of all. Don't worry about it. If people are in front of you for skins and cosmetics, nothing to force. You're fine. Your 300 to 500 budget, we will change when there's an actual event month. When there's an event month, we'll completely change and probably put the majority of your budget to the event. A lot of things in that event I want you to get. You're behind on some things, but deco is going to be number one. We have to empty any event that happens. 150. It's now that they took away deco, I don't know how they're going to replace it or what their spend is going to be. But those events, that universal deco, it's one of the most important things in the game at this point for spenders to get. So yeah, that's where your budget's going to go to any event that we do. So otherwise, I really wouldn't worry about your cosmetics. Just you'll get stuff as it comes. Yeah, you can get people to give you gifts if you want, Chief, and use your gifts. What are you gonna do? Big, let's see, what we got here. Let's see, Big Z, Tango Trophy, push main attackers, EW to 30. Oh, absolutely, G. I totally agree with you. Yeah, it's gear and exclusives, 100%. Yeah, for a spender, yeah, getting those EWs to 30 is something that oftentimes big spenders take for granted because they're always 30, so they don't remember what it's like not having them there. I totally agree. Especially somebody early on like Diva, when you're air, oh my god, yeah, just get it done, rip the band-aid and get that over with. And you can, by the way, as you're replaying this game and you learn, you can kind of skip Carly. Like there's other ways to make up for Carly. If I'm air right now, instead of dumping, like get your EWs to 20. I don't want to say nothing, but instead of taking Carly from 20 to 30 right away, I would focus on Murphy and getting Murphy's to 30. And then being ready, if you don't have enough money or you don't have enough whatever, I'd be worrying about season 3 and like I'd be skipping over her because Skylar is more important. Lucius is damn more important than Carly is. So if you can just get it to 20 and then hold those resources and wait with those EWs for the next season and then push somebody like Lucius or Skylar where you're guaranteeing a stun, oh man. And then you put it into Murphy instead, and then you just move Murphy over. You can move Murphy over with a level 10 to get the mitigation. So yeah, I'd be doing that if I'm building air. I'm moving my things around. Okay, getting to 5 in special force and paid attention. Yeah, it's cheap. Perfect. Yep, you're on. You got it. Dead on. That's where you go. Or don't overlook damage reduction in special force. It's so strong. Morale, so strong, man. Absolutely. Can I make suggestions? Something you probably thought about. EWs to 20s for mid spenders can be better than having one main. Oh, so 100%, Ant. Let's clear about that picture on EWs. EW should be obviously for your main team, right? You go, the first one's released, you push that one, whatever, as far as you can. You know, if it's like Diva and you're air in this situation, push it to 30 if you can. Get that up as high as you can. Second EW is released. As soon as that EW is released, you are no longer working on that first one to 30. You are pushing the second one to 20. Then go back and push that first one to 30. And by the way, you kind of are stuck with doing that. Otherwise, you're wasting it, which is why I say I don't even know if I would start on Carly's at this point. Because you don't want the poker hand. You don't want like one at 21, one at 22, one at 25, 27. You're all over the map. You really want to focus all your EWs to push 1 to 30, right? But if you have 3 other heroes there, they need to be 20. It's more important for your team to spread out to get them to 20 and then go back to pushing somebody to 30. So important. Absolutely. And that is a cardinal rule of EWs. You need to get your teams to 20 before you go to 30. So, yeah, totally agree with you, man. But when you go to your second team, that's where I would disagree with you on your second team. I wouldn't be spending a shit ton for free spenders and low spenders. I wouldn't be spending a shit ton of your EWs pushing your second team to 20s, which takes 1,000 EWs per member to do that on a team you are not going to use. If you're free to play low spender, you are not using your second team in season 1, season 2, season 3. You're not using your second. You got to be using your first team. All your gear is going to go there. All your skill points are going to go there. All your skill chips, for the most part, your chips should be going to your first team, at least until you get to 5 stars. Then your big push to the next levels is going to be 8. And, at that point, if you want to get your second team, if you want to shift skill chips, it's just it's not the same as everything else. Skill chips are hard to build. And as you get after 5 stars, it's difficult to move those levels up. And it's so cheap early on, it's almost better off getting your second team on skill chips to 5 instead of pushing your first team. Because it gets so expensive with those skill chips and you just can't get them fast. So if you get one team to 5 in skill chips, you got a second team to 5 in skill chips, then you can just for the rest of your game, because it takes forever, push your first team to 8. 8 stars is your next stop, which is just going to take you forever to do as a free-to-play low spender. So if while you're doing that, you had your second team's chips at 5, you would be fine. That would be sufficient enough to make it strong enough to hold up for a second squad. Because you've unlocked your extra drone target, percentages, bonuses are so much bigger at the 5 level, and they start to decrease a little bit as you move forward. So and it just takes so many chips. So that's how chips I would treat a little bit different than everything else. Gear, I would stack my first team, all on my first team. EWs, I would stack on my first team. Maybe 10s. 10s is pretty cheap to do. But I would be focusing on the first team, whatever you did. And then I would say, then you're going to go to your masteries, right? And we already talked, the mastery schedule is a whole different conversation that would take forever. But, man, low spenders and free to play, do not spread, man. Do not spread. I just completed my Diva EW 30 and plan to get EW 20 on all other air heroes before pushing my second EW to hero. Yep, you just said it, 100%. Push my second, I'm in postseason 4. Get it to 20, and then push your second one to 30. Yeah, yep. Just answered it before answering. Before reading that. So, yeah, I agreed. I was thinking mids. You're exactly right for those early season players. So a totally different game. You're right. As we get to mid and high spenders, you're right. Like somebody like Chief here is going to live a different life than a free to play low spender spending $300 to $500 a month. It's just a different game. You're allowed to do and get away with things a little bit more. Pushing Divas EW to 30 when you do all the things like battle passes and you're able to buy, like now it's the 5 to 10, even the 5 to 10. You're able to go into events. You're going to buy the 10, the 5 per day you can get. Like some of these things that you're going to be able to do for EWs within your budget. When I talked about the first month I said I'd blow out bullseye, but then like the second month, think about how you're going to divide your money. I'll only say like put half of that budget into bullseye. Now you got the other half of that budget. That gives you $75 to do all the battle passes every week. That's such a cheat code. Free to play low spenders can't do that. You get to sit there and get every single battle pass except for the that one. Leave that alone. But the other three, oh yeah, you're gonna get those, right? And then on top of that, you're gonna get every hero day. You can get the exclusives, the 5 and the 10. That's 15. That's only costing you $60. That's still well within your budget. So think low spend and free to play might not even be able to do that. There's another advantage of $60, and we've only used 130 of half of your budget. We still can go and get other stuff, which is probably EW stuff. Like the events are going to have EWs you can chip away at. You'll be able to get like the 10 from Glitter for 60 coins. You'll be able to do that every single day. That's 10. That's 60 more exclusives that you get to get during that week. Other people can't. Yeah, you're going to push your EW so much faster as a spender. And it's worth it. It's worth it to push them because you have to stay ahead of the game to do EWs. It's worth it. So for you, for Chief, who's a mid spender, you're going to have the opportunity to push your second team heroes to EW 20 and then work on your first team. And by the time you get to the season, you'll be fine. You'll have EW 30. You're going to have your second team's going to be stocked. You'll probably work on your second team's EW 30s, to be honest with you, with that type of budget as you're splitting out. You are going to absolutely work on that. You just won't be able to do stuff that other like extreme spenders do. Like you won't be able to rush your drone to, people are doing it to 250. And as we get forward, like buying Valor and figuring out how we're going to buy mobilization level 5 components. And, there's a lot of things like you can't do as the upper echelon of spenders get to do faster than you will. But mid spender at like a 300, 500 level, high spender at 300, 500. Yeah, that's crazy. That's good stuff. Be able to move quick. Steve in front, all gear red, aside from Chip, Morrison gun, Carly radar, red armor, 4.4 Lucius radar, Lucius radar. I don't know. A whole crash. Come on. You're gonna spit all that. I gotta picture all this in my head. Send me a battle report and I'll get to you, Crash. I'll get to you. I'll look at for you today. How about that? I need a battle report in 2 seconds. I can just stare at it and tell you what I do. Anyway, Chief, that's everything. I hope that's helpful. I think you were on this call, but I'm going to put it in here anyway. I think we did 2 hour and 45. I'm going to call it, and then you can find it if you were not on here. And then I am going to close. All right, look, this is working out just fine. Very helpful. Appreciate your insight. Anytime. Feel free to come across again. I'm going to do one more here. And we're not going to be able to get the battle passes because unfortunately I fought too long. I started at 188. I didn't know I'm not supposed to fight either. So it was what it is. But I will do one more for Farmer Envoy, and then I will do another one. I'll actually make another account. I'll probably do account reviews on Sunday night when we're in the season, because it's going to be like an 8-hour show or whatever we talked about doing, like a 10-hour show. So you know what? We'll probably do some account reviews during that time, to be honest with you. I'll switch over and get caught up on some of these. So get on over. I will 100% do it. All right, Farmer Envoy. I can't forget the name, man. Huge support. Good day, WBC and QB18. First of all, congratulations. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Glad to be part of an awesome and helpful community. I am in post season 4 with season 5 expected at the end of May. I'm low mid spender, about 250 at most. The last 2 months been free to play with odd pack of $35 due to personal circumstances. Okay. No need to apologize, brother. That's okay. You're fine. I'm going to guess though. Oh, you say you're going to be spending normally at the end of the month, so that's 250. All right, so I guess you want advice based on your 250. Oh, there you are. Farmer, do you want me to look at this like you're going to be spending 250 a month, or you want a free to play? I need help with my main squad. Just trying to experiment builds. I've got Murphy's EW at 20, 4+1. Also, yeah, please. Yeah, please. Which one? But not sure if I'll be running him once I get Morrison's EW. Okay. You still could. You bring more. Morrison comes in and then 250, 300. Okay. All right. So just looking for suggestions on improving my main squad. Plan to do more spending. Also, maybe just good layout recommendations. As like to hunt and get dirty in the mud. All right. I mean, let's focus on. Holy shit. Okay. Let's focus on Air Squad. Let's just focus on your number one team and go from there. And you know, let's do that. First of all, your game plan for your team. Let me see what you did for you. You are season 4, right? Going to 5. Okay. So what did you do here for your squad for Air? I like it. You got Sarah. I like that. Good. And all right. So Sarah, and then wait, you're over here, right? Yeah. So you can already put Murphy. I mean, I don't know what your Murphy looks like. Did you include that too? Is your Murphy here? Yeah, you got Murphy exclusive to 10. So you can put Murphy in your Air instead of Carly. And go Murphy and Sarah. You can do that right now. Murphy is max almost 20. Oh, then this is then you sent. When did you send this? You just sent this to me. Murphy's 10. I mean, like an old report or something? Or is this a... Why do you send me an old report? Well, in any case, you should be able to take Carly out and put Murphy in here now. And get the benefits of 4+1, even after the season, by the way. And you can go that route. That would be the first thing I would say to you. Oh, the other report. I'm sorry. See, the other report, I was looking at the wrong side. And you're here, 20. I can't see the names at the top on this one. Oh, there you are. All right. So on this one, you're on the left. And on the Air one, you're on the right. Or no, you're on the left on both. Okay. Okay, 20. 20 Murphy. You 100% should just put Murphy in, man. Just put Murphy in your Air Squad. Just run with it. You're fine. It's gonna work season 5, and then when you get Morrison's EW, you're gonna take Sarah out. You don't need to take Murphy out. Just take Sarah out for the Morrison EW. But don't forget, even if you're in season 5, man, this lineup that you're using right here lasts for a long freaking time. The Morrison doesn't come out until the very end of the season. So you're going to use Sarah for the majority of the time anyway. So, you know what I mean? Like essentially Sarah's used for all season 4 and all season 5. For all intents purposes. That's how you should look at it. And then save your season, and then you're going to kick her out, and then you put Morrison in. That's how you should look at it. Dude. Wow. You got a lot of EW work to do. Okay, so you're spending 250. Let me see your gear before I say this. Yeah, your gear looks good. I like where you're at for gear. Look, your Lucia, you already got 4. I want more dots here. Get this 4 out right here. But keep the even front. That's okay. Your gear is great. You're in great shape right now. So you got to switch. You got to fix your EW game, brother. We got to dump some. We got to dump. You know, that budget's got to go into EWs. I want you to fix your EWs. You're leaving so much on the table right now. You don't have Lucius to 30. You don't have Diva to 30. You don't have Skylar to 30. Like, you're leaving so much on the table for EW 30s right now. You're so much power, man. So much stuff. Shielding, so much shielding. Like, yeah. That's your number one priority in season 4 when you start spending again. Put your budget and throw it into EWs. I mean, always red prints are great, but the problem is your gear looks so much better. Like from a person that spends, because you became free to play for so long, your EWs took a hit big time. So your gear, yeah, looks great as you build out, but you know you got to get these up. I don't know. Are you building a second team? Are you putting some of your prints to your second team? Oh, I should have looked. Probably. Yeah, I mean too much exclusives on a team that you gotta do your T1, bro. This is too much spread. Now, yeah, you're good 20, great. Murphy, move him over at 20. Leave them alone. I don't care about them right now. We gotta fix this. Oh my god, so much power. So you're gonna be a different team, man. When you get this to 30, oh god, you're gonna love it. It's gonna change everything for you. So your gear looks really good. I mean, reds are difficult. You're gonna save honor points, bullseye. Like, I know 250, there's not much you can do than you're already doing on gear. Like, for a gear person, like looking for it, you are looking great. Your honor points are looking good. Do your bullseye, you know, chip away a little bit of your bullseye. You'll be able, like, make it so every 3 months you can get a red out of bullseye, you know? So you can still take, I don't know, 100 maybe, like 75 to 100 and put it towards bullseye, somewhere in there for your budget. And then take the rest and put it towards exclusives to the thing. You get the 5 to 10 every single week. That's going to use up, what, $60 of your budget to get those on Tuesday. You can get the glitter, so you're going to get it every single day there, which is cheap. So that's, you know, that'll be another 6 days of exclusives. And then I would say the dailies. The daily. So every single day you can do it. That's going to use up $35. You can't do it. That's your overage. Whatever you have left over, I would do the $5 a day on exclusives. Because if you do it every day, it's like $140 a month. You don't have that budget to do that every day. So get your cheapest spot. Maybe just get it every day. I think your cheapest... Let me go look at Captain Hedgehog. I don't need to guess this stuff. We have a partner that tells us this stuff. Let me see where the $5 deal every day might be the cheapest place to do it anyway. But I don't need to guess. I can just tell you by the store. Where is it? Oh, I think I just put it in here. Hold on. Yeah. Exclusive. Okay. So let me bring this over so everybody can see. So this is on Captain Hedgehog, by the way. Anybody can see this. Go to guides and go to stores, and it'll show you the cheapest place to buy anything in the game. And by the way, a lot of my reviews, I'm switching now when I do all the bullseye reviews, stores, and the glitter event store and stuff like that. At the same time, I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to show you every month we'll do it, and I'll release a video. So if you guys don't see it on live, you won't miss it. I'm going to compare the items in the store of what we should buy to the Captain Hedgehog store, so you know what's the cheapest. That way, if you're wondering where to spend stuff, your glitter coins, different things, you'll know just from the video to help you out. So here's your battle pass. Is the cheapest. So this is what you're going to get. So we know that's that'll be you'll be done here. Your hero growth battle pass. You got what, $25 of your budget that'll go there, and then the packs. The daily. What is this? The daily's gone. He's got to get rid of this daily. He's got to update that. The dailies are no longer. We don't have daily sales. Or is this the daily sale? Or the I think this is the daily one. Yeah. Okay, so this must not be the daily pack store. This is the he already removed that. Okay, so this is 10 times take all deal. Right here. So yeah, this is what you want. You're going to get this every single day. So this is the way to do it. So this is 100. So you get this battle pass. So whatever your budget is, right? You got 250. You said. I would say 75 to 100 goes to Bullseye, and then the other half of your money put towards right here. 25 is going to come out for the battle pass. So that leaves you. That should leave you another like $125 to spend. And then you do this every single day. Every single day would be 140. So pick a few days that you don't do. And then you do this and you get all these shards for the daily pack. Done. That's what I want you to do. And then I'm telling you, by doing all of that, Farmer Envoy, you're going to get your exclusives pumped so fast, you're going to be excited. And then once we get them to 30, we're all done. Now we can shift the plans and change. Once you get all these to 30, you're going to be able to, figure out what we want to do. Do we want to take the money and put it towards more exclusives? Do we then want to look to drone and stuff like that? But right now, that is one of your biggest weaknesses I'm looking at, my man. So if you look on that first page of that battle report, it's got to look better. All right, 163. You're gonna slow roll this. Let's look what you're doing with your Overlord. Your Overlord isn't in this battle. So is he in the first battle? No, you didn't show me your Overlord. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what your bond rating is. So I didn't know how to tell you how to spend your bounty, if it's on drone parts or spend it on because I do like when your drone is 163, so I do like it to be 200 for the damage reduction suspender, but I don't want you to spend your entire bounty budget on it. Depending on where your gorilla is, you should have some bond badges. So you want to move this up a little bit though. 200 is where you stop. That's where we start to slow roll until we get to 200 and get that damage reduction though. You're behind. You're in season 4. So actually, Farmer Envoy, you're behind for being a spender, and because you shifted, free to play or whatever. You're behind here. I would be pushing the drone to 200 before I'm pushing my Overlord. It's just that damage reduction of 5% is so big, and you can slow roll after that where you'll be able to go. The other thing that I want you to wait on too is you're getting your gear straight, you're getting your exclusive straight, you'll push your drone to 200, and then wait to see what kind of deals they come out with for the bond badges. Who knows? The game may put bond badges in different spots and they may make it cheaper. Once these whales complete the top of the bond rating and they're not buying them anymore, the game may shift and they may make those bond badges cheaper. So for you, I would prioritize the drone parts to get the 5% damage reduction over the Overlord, knowing that you may be able to do the Overlord cheaper later while we prioritize some of these other things. So that's what I would strategize. Your chips, yep, chips are fine, bro. Yeah, actually, you're in a perfect spot that I was just talking about. Get these to 20 here, and then you can move to the second team and get them to 5 before you push these to 8. So, what do you would tank anyway? What were your chips? Oh, your same spot, right? Your same spot here. Yeah, get your T1 to 20 first, and then look, you only need to get 3 more here, and then you come right back to T1, and you push T1 forever. until like 8 stars, which is going to, I mean, the same, same thing. Like either way, it takes forever to do because you're not putting any money on there right now with a budget of 250. You're not really, you don't have the luxury of to doing things like skill chips. So not with your EWs and gear needing so much work. We can reshift once we get your gear finished. We can reshift. Even then, though, I'd rather see you build out your second squad and get UC your second squad than putting money into the chips to push them 5 to 8. I just you know, we, in order to get there, we could have a second team for you because you're so far along with a lot of this stuff. Anyway. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Any of that stuff with you. See what you're doing with your tech. Okay, good. Again, yep, this is fine. I'm sure your T1, make sure your air is 100% and your bottom 4 is completed. Otherwise, I'm not worried about it right now. Units, the fact it says this and you're 94% tells me you didn't do units right. So you were completing the wrong thing in units. Were you completing the unit carry, the increase in the ability to carry more while plundering? Because that can just wait. You don't need to do those. There's power you can get out of units. You should be prioritizing that first. And this could be stuck at probably, like, I forget what percentage. I have to do it on the, but it's like 90% or something. You don't have to complete. Yeah, thank you, Hulk Crash. Load capacity. You must be completing load capacity, which you really do not need to complete. So, get this out of here right now. Complete that too. Another thing you got to worry about. Let's look at your other tech though. Your Valor tech, more important. What do you got going? Oh, your special forces looks great. If the only thing, oh wow. Okay. Oh, this is good stuff. Oh, your tech looks great. Push this mastery. Push this mastery, my man. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna guess you have all the power out of special forces already. I'm hoping that your siege, your power from siege is done. Therefore, leave it alone if it is. Your defense has got to be pretty close if you're doing it right. Your power from defense is probably pretty close to done. And I would be pushing your mastery before I would be working on anything else. I want this mastery to like 80, 90% now. Push. There's damage reduction in there. I have a video coming out talking about this. There's damage reduction in there. There's, you know, too many your squad units you get add to your squad units. There's so much good stuff in mastery that you've done a great job in working in your tech over here, your defense and your siege. So get this going. 80, 90%. Keep pushing. I love it. 0 to add on your tech other than whatever you did here, maybe. I'd like to see this. I'd have to do the calculation through the Captain Hedgehog, but you don't have to complete this to 100%. You can kind of leave that hanging. Although not, who we kidding, right? When it comes to non-valor tech, you ain't got shit to do anyway. So it's a different ball game now. They're not adding anything else. So you might as well do it. I mean, who the hell cares? You're gonna have all of these complete. You've done it correctly, Farmer. You've done it correctly at this point. The way you've raised your teams, and now it's non-valor tech haven. There's nothing else to work on. So go ahead and get the most out of your hero. You can complete your units. You know, get your development, your economy. You're gonna complete all this shit. So what's the difference? You got nothing else to work on, bro. So you did it right. It's more prioritization in tech than like completing things anymore because everybody's going to complete this tech. You don't get anything else to work on. Really, it's so upsetting, the whole thing, to be honest with you, because in Age of Oil, they gave us an extra tech center. And they were like, here, hurry up, do your tech. And then they waited like 4 months, 5 months, they haven't given us any more tech to do. And so, well, why did I rush it? Why did you give us an extra tech center to rush through all this shit when, you know, now we're left with just Valor? And I'm not buying your Valor. Last War. You're not sucking me into your Valor game. I'm not playing it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Um, anyway, I don't know if that just cut out or what happened there, but okay. I'm gonna go through the question. Anyway, Father Envoy, you were good. This is like the 3-hour mark. We have done enough today. I tell you, I truly get carried away. If I can help, I love to do it. Thank you. All right, we're gonna close this out. Again, we'll do the rest of them. We'll do a whole bunch of them on Monday. So if you guys have more in here, I appreciate you. I already see you guys filling this thing up. Thanks again to Mike the Sage, by the way, for building this out for me and keeping me organized. Because I cannot, without my Discord team, by the way, without Bun Bun and without Mike the Sage and Sarah, who helping me with Discord and getting that organized, I could not do any of the things that we're doing right now or accomplishing. So really, just a shout out to my team completely over there on Discord, helping me out. Bun Bun, thank you so much last night. I loved having Bun Bun on. You guys didn't watch the show last night. Watch it. Don't watch it. I do the lives, to be honest with you, for the people that want to enjoy it. I don't do the lives for anything else. I have fun. If I can help you, great. If not, it's just a good time, like hanging out with Bun Bun and Mike the Sage and Wisconsin and Shady Pun and stuff. You guys seem to like it, so I keep doing it. But I just really just play the game and have damn fun doing it. And I loved it last night, playing with Bun Bun, and she's very incredibly helpful keeping everything going while I fight, because sometimes I just like shut down and just fight and don't concentrate. Not the best host. It's one of the few times you see on the live silence. Usually not a lot of silence on the show, but when fights happen, it's just like dead air, and I don't find dead air to be fun. All right, I'll get to your questions real quick. We'll do. Let's see. Anything else you guys had? Last 5 only load capacity. Yeah, sucks, right, Saji? 5 load capacity. What up, Savage Phil? Welcome in. Anyone wrote that what he said to buy for weapons push? I just came in late, but I need Joey, just rewatch it. I'll actually have it up for the YouTube will shut it down, and then I'll have it up. It's been really weird with the lives. It's been taking me a little bit to like get it back up, but I will have it up today in a little bit, so you can rewatch it if you need to. You can't even buy enough to make a difference anymore. Your help and advice, much appreciated. You're welcome, Envoy. Fun Saturday morning, almost a brunch show. I know. Well, for me, it's still morning, so we're all good. Always fun when Bun Bun is about. Yeah, love Bun Bun, love the team, love all you, and thank you for your incredible support, guys. For everything. We will have tomorrow night. We do our season 6 show, where we're going to just walk through with everybody for probably 6 hours, 8 hours. Who knows how long that thing's going to go. So if you want to join us, come on over. We'd love to have you. Thank you, guys. You could have been anywhere today on Saturday, and you spent it with us. And for that, I truly appreciate you. QB18 out.